Hello students, today I am going to start with Bohr's model for hydrogen atom, 11th class chemistry, lesson 2, structure of atom. In last videos I had told about different models, Thomson model, Rutherford model, and now today I am explaining Bohr's model. Bohr's model, what he did, he was the first to explain the structure of hydrogen atom and its spectrum. Spectrum means when electron moves from one orbit to another orbit, whether from lower to higher or higher to lower, it emits radiations, and which he depicts in the form of spectrum. So Niels Bohr did the model for hydrogen atom, explained the model for hydrogen atom on dual nature of particle, dual nature of radiations. Like electromagnetic radiation, electron exists in the form of particle as well as it emits radiations also. So on this dual behavior, he explained its model, which Rutherford and Thomson had not explained. Now, what were the postulates of Bohr's model for hydrogen atom? Number one, he said the electrons move around the nucleus in circular path of fixed radius and energy, and these paths are called orbits or stationary states. These orbits are arranged concentric around the nucleus. Like this, you can see in this figure, in the center there is nucleus and orbits are arranged around the nucleus in circular path, which he gave name K, L, M and N. So the energy of an electron in the orbit does not change with time. As far as the electron is in the same orbit, it will not emit any kind of energy or not absorb any energy. But if it changes its orbit, it moves from lower to higher or higher to lower, then it will absorb some radiations or emit some radiations, and that will also be fixed. And then third point he gave, the frequency of radiation absorbed or emitted is given by this formula. Nu is equal to delta E by H is equal to E2 minus E1 by H, where E2 minus E1 are the energy states of orbits 2 and 1. Now then he said the angular momentum of an electron moving from one orbit to another is only possible, means electron movement is only possible if its angular momentum is the integral multiple of h by 2 pi. MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi, where N is equal to 1, 2, 3. Means each orbit has specific angular momentum. If it is the integral multiple of that angular momentum, only then the electron will move from one orbit to another orbit. Now the next he gave the energy of the stationary states is given by En is equal to minus RH 1 by n square, where n is equal to 1 to 3. RH is Rydberg constant, and for n is equal to 1, value calculated is equal to minus 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18, and for n is equal to 2, E2 is equal to 0.545 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules. It means value of energy is more negative if it is near to the nucleus, tightly bound to the nucleus, and it becomes less negative as it moves far away from the nucleus. And one thing more, if electron is absolutely free from the nucleus force, then its energy will be taken as 0 and n will be considered as infinity. Now the last postulate is, 6th number postulate is Bohr's theory also applies to ions containing one electron. Like those are like hydrogen atom as He plus, Li2 plus, Be3 plus. So the energy of these ions will be given by this formula. En is equal to minus 2.18 into 10 to the minus 18 z square by n square, and Rn is equal to 52.10 n square by z. So from these formula, velocity of electron, we can see that velocity of electron in the orbit increases with increase in positive charge on the nucleus and decreases with the increase in principal quantum number. Now the limitations of Bohr's model. Still Bohr's model has few limitations. Number one, it fails to explain the structure of electrons other than hydrogen atom for example helium atom. So he could only explain the structure of hydrogen atom or ions having one electron, means just like they were also like hydrogen atoms. So he could not explain the structure of atoms other than hydrogen. Second, he could not explain the splitting of spectral lines in the presence of magnetic and electric field. The spectrum he explained for hydrogen atom, those spectral lines get split in the presence of magnetic and electric field. For that explanation he could not give. And the last, he could not explain the ability of atoms to form molecules by chemical bonds. So bonding occurs in atoms, they form molecules. That was also not could be explained by Bohr's model. So this was about Bohr's model for hydrogen atom. Hope you must have understood all these points. I have written in the form of notes so that it will be easier for you to write about it and understand it. Thank you.